The silver price has not been able to cross the $55 handle in any of those two instances that we recently saw. What is the reason for that? And is there a chance that a more pronounced bearish trend will resolve out of this? Or is this going to be staying as a small range where higher prices will be coming in the future? Stay tuned. We're going to discuss this right in this video. Hello and welcome to yet another video from Dunebridge Capital. My name is Patrick, and today we're going to be discussing the silver price. Silver has attempted to go higher than the $55 handle on two occasions. The first occasion was on October 15th, and then we recently saw another attempt on the Thursday of last week. Now, the silver price is down again in the mid part of this range, and now investors are asking themselves if the price is going to fall down lower or if it's going to break out from here. So let's answer this. Why is the silver price not going up despite the challenges that we currently face in the world that would be potentially bullish for silver? In our prior videos, for instance, we discussed how the demand in many industries for silver is rising, and therefore we should see a rising silver price. But why is the price not behaving that way? Well, the answer for that is that there was a shortage in copper and zinc. The mining companies shifted to copper and zinc much more, which means you see lots of more supply of copper and zinc. However, silver is also a byproduct of that mining operation. So if we increase the supply of copper and zinc due to the shortage of supply, we also will increase the supply in silver prices. And the price in silver is simply an equation of supply and demand. So even if demand stays constant, but we increase the supply of silver, the price will go down. Furthermore, we also see that we are in seasonal fluctuations when it comes to, for instance, solar industries or electronics, and even in medicine. Usually, those industries meet a slump in Q3 to Q4 of the year, and therefore the demand gets further depressed. So we have increase in supply and depression in demand, which means that the price should halt there because there's simply no one buying it at the moment, or at least less people are buying, but there is much more silver coins lying just there waiting for someone to grab them. Therefore, we see the silver price being in a range, which is exactly what is currently happening at the moment. So how can the price rise from here after we are in this sideways phase? Well, in the short term, we do think that this sideways phase is going to continue. This means that the price, even though it's in the mid part of the range at the moment, it can touch the range lows at the $47 handle and can even just for a day or two spike lower simply due to the low liquidity in this market. Furthermore, gold has been also selling off, and I don't know if you watched the news or not. However, a couple of weeks ago, there were many people lined up in front of gold shops just to buy more gold because they were thinking that the gold price is going to rise more. This draws a lot of attention to gold itself and away from silver. So gold by itself is also depressing the demand in silver at the moment, and this is also what we are seeing in the price action. However, what has also happened since then is that gold has formed a high and has been correcting ever since. Now, why do I think that silver is still going to outperform gold due to this current observation that we're having? Well, gold on the most recent rally didn't make a new high, but silver did. So this means that the supply in silver is lower than the supply in gold, and the demand is stronger in silver than the demand in gold, which is why we reached a new all-time high. So we do see this as a sign of strength, and therefore the silver price should, after this correction is over, rise even further and potentially outperform gold. In the short term, however, as we indicated in the green, the price should come down lower, and it should also come down lower to the lower part of this range where it could potentially offer as a buying opportunity. Furthermore, if we zoom out, you can see that we have been in a channel the whole time, and this is the first attempt that we broke out of, which means that we are in a new trend right now, and silver is trying to find its footing. So it is also fine if it retests this channel at the $43 handle for a couple of days or maybe a week or two before we continue to go up again. So for now, I do think due to the lack of demand and the increase in supply, we're going to come down in the short term and potentially even challenge this channel here. However, once demand picks up next year, we should see silver prices skyrocket again. So this more or less is a buying opportunity in my opinion, and this is something that you should think about if you consider investing into silver in the future. If you like to know which stocks we should invest in when we get to the rising phase of silver, I encourage you to join our Discord channel. The link for that is in the description below, and you can find our community there, which is totally free. You can ask us questions, talk about stocks, but we also do offer a premium offering where we have over 180 stocks that we cover on a daily basis, and also gold and silver, and of course Bitcoin and Ethereum and many other altcoins. So it's a lot of things for everyone, and it comes at one price only. We only raise the value but never the price. Therefore, you should definitely check it out because it's the best in class analysis that you can find. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. I'm Patrick with Bloomberg Capital, and I wish you a good week. Goodbye.